Perfect.
I love that music. That intro always give me hype.
Almost.
Baby.
What's up? Welcome once again, Straight No Chaser, the podcast. Thank you for joining us. We are available on all of your podcasting services, networks, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you may consume your podcast entertainment. Please like, share, subscribe to this podcast, comment, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we want to introduce ourselves, go for it, Neil. We always go to Rob first. Neil, jump on it.
What's happening, party people? I'm back in this joint again. I missed y'all last week, but I'm going to make it up this week. Trust me.
Right.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Rashim. Happy to be with y'all. Matt, Tina Cole, Queen Asheba, Rose, all y'all up in the comments. Good to see y'all again. Kizzy's back.
Oh, wow.
Kizzy been gone for a minute, but he back. And Shoshana, what's going on, y'all? Keep the comments coming. Throw it up to KG.
Yo, what up? Y'all got me in tears already. I'm laughing already because Neil taking bottles to the head. Brother's going in, man.
I'm back.
Hey, really? So
speaking of, what do we drink?
Toast. We haven't all been together in a long time.
Facts.
It's been a minute.
Facts.
Salute, gentlemen.
Salute. What y'all drinking on?
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Wait.
You already know what Keltrick is having. KG is having some Fortaleza Tequila Reposado. This is a unique bottle. So if you're into it, check it out. Kind of hard to find, but it's worth the investment.
Of course, it's hard to find. You only like that good stuff.
Only the good stuff. Like that Brooklyn Cat stuff.
Right. We're going to get into that. I'm bringing it back with Uncle Nearest, 1856. This is that good stuff right here. Make sure y'all check it out. Black woman owned and setting the whole alcoholic liquor industry on fire. Facts. What up, Raya?
Man, I love y'all refined, distinguished gentlemen of distinction and shit. I'm going to keep it simple with some sugar rum. Anybody that knows me, I'm West Indian. I love my coconut rum. So I'm keeping it simple.
And I got some sangria. So, Salute, gentlemen.
Salute, brothers.
Salute. Chin.
Bottom up.
Yes. So, on that note, now that we did that, got that out the way, we got a little icebreaker kind of topic. You know what I'm saying? We like to ease into, discussion and whatnot, internet. So, if you were having a movie made about yourself, who would you want to play yourself? Does that make sense to y'all? Okay.
Yeah.
I would either pick, you can laugh, but I'm serious, either Ving Rhames or what was big homie that passed away that was in the Green Mile?
Oh, what's his name? Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
Yeah, them two. Either Ving Rhames or Michael Clark Duncan.
I could see that though. I could see Ving Rhames for you.
Mhm.
You know, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, KG?
I'm gonna go with Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
So
Who is
you
that?
know,
Who is
I
Jonathan Majors?
think mannerisms. He can be kind of serious. He can be funny. He got some range. So you know, I can see that.
Put John on, Keltrick. He said, "Who's that?"
You ever watched Lovecraft Country? The main black dude that was Jonathan Majors.
Okay.
And he's in the Marvels joint. He's gonna be Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
In the new Marvel.
Yeah.
He was also in that. I think that movie that Spike Lee did, the last movie that Chadwick Boseman was in.
Yep.
He was in that movie as well. No. He was in a movie with that Spike Lee did. I forget which one it was though. He was the son of somebody.
This when they was over in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Was that?
And his dad got killed.
That was a Spike Lee movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you. I mean, I knew who you're talking about with Lovecraft Country, but I forgot he was in that too.
Yeah.
About you, Rob?
In the comments, Tina Cole's talking about Regina Hall. Erica Hubbard's talking about Sanaa Lathan. I can see that, Erica. Victor's talking about Benjamin Pratt. I got Regina Hall up in there twice already. Yeah. Angela Evelyn Bassett for Shoshana. Melinda Williams for Tina Cole again. For me, I want an English actor, a black actor from the UK to play me because they got better range.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
It ain't disrespectful if you really look at it. Them cats to be acting in us, you know, American actors. Tina Cole said Tika something. Us, not Tina Cole. Nicole Farmer said Tika something. Our brothers, they just. What's that brother's name? Ray J. Jean Page. I'm probably saying his name wrong.
He was on Bridgerton. He was the Duke on Bridgerton.
He was the Duke of Hastings on Bridgerton. Yes. Tease. I'm telling you that's the case. That's the way I see it. But yeah, so that dude, I think he could pull off a younger me, give some depth to the role. So I'm 3-dimensional. And I'm not just like Michael B. Jordan, just making angry faces and yelling at folk.
Wow.
He's not the best actor. He's not the best actor.
He be throwing salt on
It's what it is.
It's like Robbie giving you like a little half-ass compliment and he'll slap you at the same time.
Straight no chaser the podcast. That's how we get down.
No pun intended to slap. Speaking of slaps.
There you go.
Speaking of slaps.
Wait, John ain't say who
John,
you
didn't do yours?
John ain't go yet.
The only person that could play me is me. So
come on now. No, bro. No. Come on, man.
You ain't getting out that easy, John. Pick somebody, fam.
You stupid.
We Denzel Washington.
No.
If somebody's gonna play me, they gotta be the best.
No.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. How is it that y'all get to pick whoever the hell you want to pick? You don't look nothing like the Duke of Bridgerton, Ra. I said Denzel Washington. So,
okay.
Now, speaking of what you got to do, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And we got to pivot to the slap heard around the world. Allegedly, social media, y'all said we got to cut this off like midnight tonight. We right under the buzzer. So don't be mad at us. We got to discuss this.
Social media gave us till tonight.
Exactly. Right in on deadline.
We slid in.
For anybody that's been under a rock the last 4 or 5 days, we got to kind of, what exactly happened. Y'all, do I need to say that?
All right. So
I got it.
Go on, Cage.
I got you. All right. So let me set the table for this so we can eat. Everybody is aware of.
Tina Cole said Chris Rock could play John.
Wow. Everybody's aware that Chris Rock has been slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars on Sunday. Live television, observed around the world. But I think the angle that we want to take around this is, I think everybody, we can argue.
We're taking every angle.
We can argue. Let's take a poll. Does anybody think Will Smith was his reaction to the joke justified?
No.
All right. Neil?
One no.
I can't hear you, Neil.
Was it justified? Hell no.
All right. Ra?
Straight No Chaser, the
We
podcast.
recording, Ron. We got dead air. We got dead air.
A yes or no. If I have to give a yes or no, we're gonna unpack this. I would say no. It was not justified.
All right,
no.
Perfect. So we all I agree. I don't think it was justified. Do I think the reaction was warranted? And that is where we can kind of get into the dialogue, and we can also get into the dialogue around the why. Just to kind of provide a little bit of history here, in 2016, Chris Rock hosted the Oscars, and this was a time when a lot of Black prominent actors were trying to sit out. And, they were soliciting people to do certain things and say, Chris Rock, you should pull out as well, to boycott the Oscars because Oscars was so white. And on stage, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith that said, she wasn't, joining the Oscars. Say what?
You want me to play that joke?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Hold on a second, y'all. Give me a second now.
While Ross pulling it up, you'll see, his commentary around this experience, which is a precursor to a number of different events.
Jada went mad and Will went mad. Everybody went mad. It's quite like Jada got mad. Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
I mean, that's funny, and then to kind of layer on this, I think with Will Smith, they're very public. The red table talk, we talked about the whole August Alsina situation, the entanglement that everybody knows. When you hear that word, entanglement is associated with Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina. Nobody else says that and applies that in regular vernacular. So, let's unpack that. How do you guys feel about, his reaction? I believe it's an overcorrection, but let's dig into this slap and his behavior, because I think it's highly disrespectful, and I think he overreacted.
All right. So I believe that there's a space for him to be right and wrong at the same time.
There you go.
I believe that, everyone was on this. Well, Will laughed at the joke and that's why he was wrong. He shouldn't have got up. I believe that he has a right to laugh at a joke and then in a split second change his mind to be like, nah, that wasn't funny, and feel like he needed to do something about it. I just think what he did about it was dead wrong, and it sends the wrong message. I mean, we could talk about the whole respectability politics later, because I'm irked when people say that, but it was I don't think it was the right thing to do. I don't think it was the right time to do it. And I think there's some stuff that, when people jump on that, well, he was defending his wife. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that was about defending Jada.
It absolutely was not about defending Jada.
At all. And I think it's easy for people to say it was about defending Jada, because now if you could wrap that up into, well, he was defending his woman, it justifies what he did.
Right.
Well, I think it's not even his woman. I think Black women, and this might hurt some feelings a little. I'm not trying to hurt feelings. I'm just trying to point out what I believe is happening here. I think Black women wanted a champion, and Black women were saying he was protecting a Black woman. Unfortunately, Black women, this had nothing to do with y'all. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Well, when we say that, help them. So this is what we really need to get into. Like, why is that not what Will Smith did was dishonorable?
Yes.
Why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? Why is it like they hear protect Black women? That ain't it. That had nothing to do with him. But why do you say that, KG?
Well, there's a couple of things. One, I think his Black woman should have protected him from himself, right? By saying, dude, relax. But what he did was all about him. That was for him, by him, with him. So I haven't read his book, but everybody's had enough time to kind of do their research and read up on this guy and what's working on in his mind, what's all this stuff is happening. So apparently in his book, in the very first chapter, he says very publicly how he has lived his life as a coward. And part of the reason he has done so, what kind of this played out, is his dad beat his mom, and he saw this kind of happening throughout his entire life. And so he's always tried to, well, as of late, he's tried to find, places to really regain his manhood. And if you couple that with the things that his wife has said about him publicly, that he doesn't please her sexually, she did it on Oprah, apparently.
Okay. All right.
She has, had a public engagement with her son's best friend, a sexual relationship with the young man.
Woo!
That he seems to be okay with. And now, Chris Rock makes a joke. Mm-hmm. On the surface, people are saying, inappropriate joke for sure, right? I had no idea she had a condition, alopecia.
Exactly.
And that doesn't make it right that he's had the joke, but I think his statement, his reaction was overdone. So I'll say that because Will Smith, that was an ego thing. I'm gonna make myself feel good. I'm not going to be a coward. I'm going to take this moment. I'm going to slap the hell out of the person who said this joke. So this wasn't about Chris. Chris was everybody. It was August Alsina, everybody else, Tupac. It was all the people lined up in one that he wanted to slap the shit out of. For this
it was terrible. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
I do think for people who experience being made fun of on the regular and being made the butt of jokes on the regular, that is something that could build up over time, and it may not come out in the most productive way. This isn't. I do not believe any critique of what he did is about respectability politics. I don't believe about any critique about what he did is about how you look in front of white folk. I remove them from my entire just analysis of what happened. Okay. Remove the white folk like they didn't even exist, like they wasn't there.
Okay.
I know that we live in a world of consequences, and it's easy for a multi-millionaire to get up there and slap somebody and potentially not have to deal with those consequences than if I'm picked on and I slap somebody.
Well, there was no repercussion for him immediately.
There was no repercussion for him, but I bet you there'd be repercussion for me.
All of us.
You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want a message getting out there that this is how you protect yourself.
Well, at this point, there's repercussions. I mean, in college, we all had a whole different experience. But
because we ride around in minivans pulling up.
Hey.
But what I'm saying is, but I also, when I was working at the school, I was also kicking students out because they was having moments like that.
Right.
They felt that they needed to, and now you done spend $30,000, and because you slapped somebody, you done wasted 30 G's. I put you out, but I kept your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't, like, it's good for people who sit behind television screens and keyboards to be like, yeah, he should have did that. But if you was in that same situation, or a situation similar, and you was facing possibly losing stuff, I believe there needs to be a bigger picture.
This is what's been driving me crazy about this whole thing. Like, everybody is projecting how they would act or whatever the case is. This was a very unique situation.
Yes.
And I'm not about like, what white people think or whatever the case is, but there's a certain way that men should conduct themselves. What a lot of people don't understand is like behavior between men is kind of like how we navigate things without violence. There's a reason that things work the way that they do between actual dudes, men, that is trying to avert any kind of issue. And that's why we got like respect between each other and whatnot like that. When that breaks down, things get violent, it can go left, it all gets ugly. And what I'm saying is, I have no doubt that, Jada Pinkett might have really felt some kind of way. I have no doubt that Will wanted to protect her or whatever the case is. I don't think it's about Jada whatsoever. I agree. It's all about Will. But there was a way that he could have done that. If it comes out that he approached Chris Rock and said, stop talking about Jada, that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? If Jada had said something to Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's certain mitigating circumstances, but that was not the case. Chris Rock was sitting there with his hands literally behind his back. You know what I'm saying? With a smile on his face.
Though. He ate the slap.
He did.
I don't think he really connected for real. If you look at, I've broken this down frame by frame. He didn't really connect. He kind of ducked it a little bit.
He stuck that chin out.
He leaned into it.
Because he thought he was coming up to whisper something to him.
He was like, huh? And
So, let me ask you this. Did he sneak Chris Rock? Was that a sneak purpose?
Yes. Yeah.
Dishonorable. Totally. That's
Because
just
no one thought that he was capable of this behavior now in public. And so, this dude was a defenseless guy.
Right. That's terrible, man.
When I'm not condoning this dude, Chris Rock. I think, to Rob's point, he was both right and wrong. I think Chris Rock was
he was dead wrong. He was wrong in every way, fool.
Well, again, I think he should have had a response. I don't think that was the appropriate response. So Chris Rock can crack jokes. I don't think maybe that, if knowing what I know now, that was not an appropriate joke. But I didn't know she had a condition.
Exactly.
So here's the deal, though. Everyone.
What you got, Neil?
Hold it before a lot of people in the comments was talking about how that's the West Philly coming out of. Well, he from West Philly. I'm like, come on now, that don't make him hard
at all. Please.
But dude tried to kiss him and he didn't do that. He gave him a little light, like, hey man, what you doing?
Just because he from West Philly, make him hard. Then that makes me. I'm Michael Jordan on the ball court. If he
that's
hard
what I'm saying.
From West Philly,
nothing about him was like, that was not a stand-up move on his part at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I firmly believe this, and this has really illustrated this for me more than any episode in a long time. There's certain things about men that women will never understand. There's certain things about women maybe that men will never understand. This is one of them things. Will Smith really did a lot of damage to his image. People lost respect for him. You know what I'm saying? This was a sucker move on his part. And it's not about, again, Jada whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Everything he ruined the moment. The producer for the Summer of Love, I think it's the name of that documentary,
Quest Love.
That was the moment for them.
Right.
And the producer for that movie was like, Will Smith ruined it for us.
Right.
Took the glory away. I didn't even know they won an Oscar until the next day.
Absolutely. And I think when history looks back on this.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I think Chris Rock is going to come out on top when history looks back at everything that happened in the reaction. The immediate reaction was that the 2 days following the slap, his sales went up by 25% for his stand-up. He sold more tickets in the 2 days after the slap than he did the entire month of March.
Yeah.
It's going to look different.
I said this. I said from Sunday going forward, I think Chris Rock will earn more money than Will Smith.
But it's not about the money. Like in that instant,
it could be.
If you were Chris Rock in that instant, what do you think you would have done? If you was Chris Rock, one of us, like a friend of yours, somebody that you thought was your boy, walks up to you, smacks the shit out you, live TV,
like
in front of masses of your peers.
I don't know.
And he feels that he is within the right.
I would like to say no. Yeah, I
really don't know, man.
I would like to say I would be the consummate professional, and I would try to keep it rolling. I like to say that I wouldn't walk off stage. I'm not gonna say I'd hit him, but I might be like, "Hey, show's over. Give me my check. I'm out."
Right.
I mean, and I'm a vengeful dude. I'm pressing charges. I don't care who you are. I don't, because once again, things need to happen. You do that on the street corner now, smack someone because you're trying to protect what you broke.
Protect your boo.
Not even protect your boo, because I don't think he was doing that. He had his tipping point and he tipped over. He lost it. I mean, in these streets nowadays, it's easy to get a 9mm. You just some life-and-death consequences.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I think a lot of people are playing Monday morning quarterback with this and saying, if that was me, I would do X, Y. Shut the hell up. You don't know what you would do because it's probably never happened to you. I don't know. I really don't know. It really depends. There's a lot of factors at this. This slap was not about that moment. This was a breaking moment for him.
I believe that too.
And, this was a reaction. So I think if you have processed all of your trauma and everything else, I mean, you may have a reaction, but it may not be. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Neil, what's up? What would you do?
You ain't said a damn thing, Neil.
I'm just letting everybody talk, man. I hate this whole shit, but again, I gotta put out my disclaimer. This is me. Fuck Will Smith. So I think he's pussy. I think he was soft. I think that was about his ego. Your wife, I didn't know, means Chris Rock. I didn't know your wife had alopecia. Your fucking wife looks like she could be in G.I. Jane Part 2. It's a fucking joke. It's
Right.
a joke. I ain't
Right.
trying to be disrespectful. She looked like she could be in G.I. Jane too. She fit,
Hey.
she toned. It's a
Right.
joke. But
Right.
then on the flip side with that, I think everybody's worried about Will Smith. Again, fuck him. Nobody thought about looking from Chris Rock's point of view. That's a man that's on stage that his family was either there or watching.
Right.
Either there or watching, and just saw one of America's top actors slap the shit out of their father on national TV.
Man.
No, not national. Global TV.
Okay, global.
Global.
So I just watched my dad get slapped the shit out of somebody that I thought was one of my great actors as a kid, or I had respect for as Chris Rock's wife, and my husband had to eat it. Then after that whole shit, you do the whole boo-hoo crying, love makes you do crazy things. No, the fuck it doesn't. Love makes you protect the sanctity of your union. I'm not going to do some dumb shit to embarrass my family or embarrass my wife. I'm going to protect the sanctity and be as professional as I can. Now, if he had walked up to him and was like, yo, I need you to stop talking about Jada or you're going to have to see me after this. Oh,
that's totally different. That's totally different.
That's love. But you're going to slap me on national TV and expect me to eat it. All right, cool. I got you. And then the whole crying and apology. But all right, to be nice, I'll do a 180. Because we talked about this last month, or we talk about this continuously throughout the show. Mental health is real. So I think what Keltrick alluded to about him being vulnerable in his book and woo-woo-woo, and he felt like, fuck him anyway. But, you know, those are some real serious factors. So, you know, I don't know how to put it. Mental health is just a real topic. So maybe he just had that, I think we said that quote one time before, you know, insanity is just a push away. And maybe that was the push that just broke Will down and he felt like that's what he had to do. But
let's both get crazy.
I lost a lot of respect for him on that.
At that point, he's totally violated.
But I think somebody said in the comment, at the end of the day, Will gonna still make his money. Jada fine. Chris Rock, like Ross said, his stock went up. So they're gonna be good after this shit. But I think he was out of pocket. And again, fuck Will Smith.
All right, let that put a pin in it. You know, at the end, Neil just put a nice little bookmark. No, we done. Neil put a pin in it.
No,
we're moving on.
No,
we're moving on.
Chris Rock violated as well.
Keep going, man. We gotta go on. We gotta let it go. Let it go.
All I'm saying is there would have been two people who had a breaking point. That's all. Let it go. Letting it go.
Let it go.
Moving on to the next joint, which was the movie link. Like which?
So you setting that up?
Well, okay.
I'll pull it up after you set it up. I'll pull it up after
doing the most.
All right. Which house do you pick and why? There's a link for this, and we were supposed to show the link, right?
No. I'm about to show it to you, but I wanted you to give them more in terms of
what are you doing?
Gonna look like, but that's okay. So here's the deal: we got 3 options for houses that you can pick. 3 options for houses you could pick to live in. House number 1. What's Love Got to Do with It? Malcolm X, Boomerang, Best Man, Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Waiting to Exhale. House number 2, Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Crooklyn, The Wood, Temptations, Coming to America. House number 3, Love Jones, 5 Heartbeats, Menace to Society, Set It Off, Juice, Jungle Fever. You all see that?
Yep.
Do you have your house in mind?
Yep.
And which house you want to pick and why?
Right.
You want me? Go?
Yeah.
I am picking house number 3 because you said all of my favorite movies right there.
There you go.
Plain
house number 3.
House 3 for me, Slim. There's no option for me. I'm good.
Menace to Society, Love Jones, Set It Off. That's 2. That's like 3 in my top 10 right there. I'm with House 3 too.
Really?
Hell yeah. Menace to Society might be definitely in my top 3. The year that it came out, when it hit the dollar movie, I went there like 15 times in a row. That's one of the movies I've memorized every line to.
Hey, Rob, can you put that? Oh, there you go. You read my mind. Yeah, definitely House 3. Hell.
Absolutely.
Hey, Rob,
and 5 Heartbeats? Come on, man.
Hey, Rob, remove the comment.
Hold on a quick second. Yeah, I got to juggle.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
I looked at this. I really studied this. I love one of my favorite, like romance movies of all time is Love Jones. Miss Society is one of my favorite movies, like of all time.
Mhm.
But I gotta have some humor. I got to. And looking at House 2, Coming to America is one of my favorites, but Boomerang is up there too for me. So I gotta laugh at Boomerang. I got some chuckles at The Best Man. And then, thinking about some of the funny moments and what's love got to do with it. Like there's humorous, like in hindsight, but it's a great movie. Malcolm X is a fantastic movie. I got to go with House 1, man.
Thank you, Cage. I see a lot of people with House 3, and then the two of y'all picked House. What was it? House 2 or House 3? Neil?
House 3.
Yeah, we
House
picked
3.
3.
I'm with House 1. I gotta have X. I gotta have Boomerang. I gotta have The Best Man. If I got those 3 movies, I don't need anything else.
I'm gonna add Waiting to Exhale. That was a dope movie with the soundtrack
Waiting to
too.
Exhale was the soundtrack. Soundtrack for Boomerang was dope. The soundtrack for A Best Man was dope.
Yep.
Yo, I just thought of something.
And I got a Spike Lee joint.
Who do you
actually
prefer?
you got a Spike Lee and a Malcolm Lee joint. Your Malcolm Lee is his cousin, and he did The Best Man. So
Things I didn't know until today.
Yep.
Nobody gets shot in House 1.
But
You a fool, John. I can't
That's
say
not
that.
true.
But someone does get
And
their
Malcolm
house
X?
burned down. Yeah, Malcolm gets shot.
Damn, no.
Malcolm gets shot.
I'm
I
off
am feeling
that
screen sharing.
trauma porn type stuff, but okay. Well, cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I think for me, because the best man and Malcolm X have I have real good memories of the times when I watched that. Like Malcolm X, I saw Malcolm X. It was on my birthday. It dropped. I went to see it on my birthday. Matter of fact, Kizzy's in the comments. Me and Kizzy went to go see that movie together.
Wow.
I remember that. We probably had some other folk with us. And then The Best Man, we all went down to the Union Station movie theater when they had the movie theater in Union Station. Kicked it, watched The Best Man. Had a couple of friends with us. That was an interesting time. So, that's the house that I belong to. Everything else, I never liked. Y'all don't revoke my card. I ain't never liked Poetic Justice.
Oh, you tripping?
And I ain't never liked Love Jones.
Oh, no.
you
Wow.
Especially being a poet, all that snapping and stuff. I'm like, shut that up. Don't no one want to be snapped at. Get out of here.
What? So
I never liked
you have to go to I think it was the Wild Hair in Chicago. Like I'm from Gary, Indiana. So I've spent time in Chicago, seen some of that scene. That movie reflected that vibe, that movement authentically. So,
no doubt about it. I mean, what was the name of that spot that was on U Street? Mangoes.
Was on 14th.
Oh, hell yeah. You tripping.
U Street had Bar None and
Somebody would be drumming.
Early.
And that's what I was about to say, even though Rob I know he's serious, but about the snapping shit, they was always snapping in Mangoes.
No, there was a snapping in Mangoes. They every once in a while they may snap, but people actually clap for your behind if you hit them in the heart.
Oh yeah.
If you went to like Brooklyn Moon Cafe, back in the day, they would snap all the time. They were snapping New York poets. But nah, Mangoes, they clap for your behind if you gave them that real.
The only movie they could throw away from House 1 to me is Thin Line Between Love and Hate. They can toss that shit.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
Yo, Love Jones was hell of, in retrospect, he was dead wrong because he got her address off of a check. You couldn't get away with that right now. Like the movie would be over within the first 15 minutes.
Because the cops would have come and got your behind.
It's over.
Jules said no shot this.
Yeah, it's over.
And Belly wasn't up in there either.
Yeah, I'm good
that's
with
the problem. We could do like your top 5 movies, but that's a whole nother topic. We can be found.
I still can't believe that Ross said that he didn't. Poetic Justice is a good movie. It's a
it was
John Singleton as well.
I really wasn't a big fan of John Singleton as a director.
Higher Learning was dope.
Higher Learning was probably like the only one that I actually liked.
You like Baby Boy?
I did not like Baby Boy.
What?
I didn't like Baby Boy. I thought Baby Boy was
Do you watch the show he did on Netflix? Not Netflix, but FX?
I haven't.
Snowfall.
Snowfall. I haven't. I heard it was good, but
dope.
I haven't watched Snowfall. because I
Don't
couldn't
get
get
like the
past it
first
being
season.
because he passed away, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Hmm.
I'm shocked, and I got an Eddie Murphy flick too. And Boomerang is a good one. Holly Berry's intro,
Boomerang is a classic.
Robin Givens when she was still on point.
Classic.
With them
Boomerang
toes.
might be one
What's
of
my
the
girl's
great-
name with the dog?
Halle Berry is still on point. You mean when she was on? She's
I'm talking about in the beginning. I'm saying when her introduction, like that gave her some notoriety in terms of her popularity.
Where's the beef?
okay. All right. I could dig it. All right. So check it.
Leave it alone.
Anybody got anything else to say about this before we keep it moving on, easing on down the road? Okay.
He's on down. He's on
They said, "Where's the beef?"
Good. Listen, y'all.
In regards to what's the name?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna stop with the comments real quick because I can't do both at the same time. But listen, y'all. So for the past few weeks, a little over a month, we had gotten some products sent to us from Brooklyn Cat. Like really dope. We had face moisturizer. We had body and beard butter. Even though I ain't got no beard, I'm not beard gang. We had this oatmeal body wash and face wash off the chain, and we had these dope Brooklyn Cat t-shirts sent to us. So what we want to do is we want to invite the owners of Brooklyn Cat as a husband and wife team, Cat and Anthony Vincent. They're gonna come on the show, they're gonna kick it with us, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the products they sent us, and we've been using them. So we're gonna talk to you all about the products, how they made us shine, how they made us feel, and all that good stuff. With that said, let's bring on Cat and Anthony.
Hi guys.
Give it up.
What's up?
Listen, y'all.
Cat and Anthony.
Let me tell y'all. Let me start by saying first.
Hold on, let's do a toast first. Let's do some cheers for him.
Do y'all got anything to cheers with?
No.
Okay, well, we're gonna cheers for him. We're gonna cheers for him.
There you go. Salute.
TikTok. Okay, salute. Chin chin.
I don't got TikTok, Queen of Sheba, but I'll just say salute to you guys, man. Much love.
It might have been
Thank you so
mine. It might have
much.
been mine, Queen. It might have been mine. But listen, y'all. Talk to us before we get into how good this stuff smells. Like I opened up the package. I felt like I was about to have me dessert, pancakes, syrup. Like it smelled good. So I was like, I had to pump my brakes real quick.
My shirt smelled good too.
Right. Shirt does smell good because it was in the package. Talk to us a little bit about why you all decided to create these products for men and women and then put it on out there for the public to enjoy. What was your inspiration behind doing that?
So my inspiration was my daughter, when she was about like maybe 4 or 5 years old, she would get eczema really bad. And so we would go back and forth to the doctors. They would change, she would change the the ointment for my daughter. And it would like put a Band-Aid on it. It would go away momentarily, but it just would always come back. And so I would go to Target and I would go to all these different stores trying to find something to make her get rid of it. So when she got into junior high school, I started seeing how it affected her self-esteem. As a mother, you never want to see your kid feel any type of way about anything. So, I got kind of fed up and I was like, you know what, I got to do something about it. So for about a year, I studied like butters and oils, what was for what. And I went to the store and I got like the yellow shea butter and I put olive oil in it and I just was like hand mashing it down. And so I would use it for my daughter and my husband was using it for his beard. And so it didn't get rid of it all the way, but for the most part, it did work. So I was like, you know what, maybe if I start adding more different elements, it'll make it go away for good. Well, today she does not suffer with eczema. It got rid of it and she no longer has it at all.
Come on.
It's beautiful.
FDA need to get a hold of that.
Real quick,
if they do upcharge them. Do just like Jay-Z said, upcharge them.
Real quick. So one of the things that, one, thank you for the products. And, within the products for the people that are listening, Brooklyn Cat sent us kind of like some instructions. And as she described the oatmeal face and body wash, she added the ingredients. The first one she put was love. And when you hear her describe, the genesis of this product, it's all about loving her family, her husband, and her daughter. So one salute to that. Then she said it was black soap, olive oil, and oatmeal. And she made sure to tell me to keep it in a cool place. And then she acted like I didn't clean my face because she said, cleanse your face daily. I'm like, wait a minute now. I'm grown. What you talking about here?
Some people don't wash daily.
Some people don't
No,
wash
I just
daily.
wanted to make sure you knew how to use it.
Right.
Yeah. But the oatmeal face and body wash was a liquid form. So, I have my turmeric face moisturizer right here for the people that are watching. And this is my the lotion, the body rub in the beard and body oil rub. 2 different containers. I'm almost done with my body wash though.
Wow.
Oh,
almost done.
I am done with the body wash.
Oh wow. Right. Oh wow.
Because I don't know. I don't do like the body wash as well, so I don't know how to
same.
Would you say I don't know how to see, and that's the other thing. I didn't know if I should have used a loofah or whatever. I was using I was using a washcloth. I was lathering it up and
dudes need a class on how to clean themselves.
No, it wasn't that though. Like I would say overall my experience was phenomenal. I've received compliments on my skin. So one, thank you. Right, and
you're welcome.
I really my favorite though is the body butter. Like my absolute favorite would be the body butter. It smells, it's fragrant, it's smooth.
Pause.
Ain't no pause. Go ahead, Kelsey. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead, Kelsey. Go ahead, man.
I had to do that. Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
You was using it for other things.
Hey, I'm not saying anything.
And no comment. No. But it's a fantastic, product. I would strongly encourage you guys to use it. And we actually got a discount code too. I don't know if you're going to put that up or not, but for those that want to support the business,
I'll throw the discount code out there now. But we'll put it up a little bit later as we wrap up the segment.
I do want to add. I guess I have a question too for you guys.
Can I give them instruction for those who can see and hear? For those who are interested in purchasing and using our promo code, you can go to brooklyncat.com. Brooklyn as in the borough, KAT, brooklyncat.com. And when you purchase, use the promo code Str8 No Chaser. That's STR8. STR8 No Chaser. You will get $8 off on your purchase. $8 off on your purchase. Brooklyn Cat promo is Str8 with an 8, No Chaser. Go to brooklyncat.com. Make sure y'all can support this stuff because it's good stuff. It really, really is.
Yeah. I love the beard butter. It felt very luxurious. It made, what I'm saying, gave your hair a little bit of sheen, you know what I'm saying? As the sun's coming out, very important, looking healthy.
Right.
It's a win all the way around.
So let me ask a quick question. Neil, I see you got a question. Go ahead, Neil.
No, go ahead, fam. Finish up. Go ahead.
So my question, all right. So sometimes I like to follow instructions, right? So I'm using the body butter, but then I'm putting it on my face. I'm like, oh man, let me wipe that off my face because I got face moisturizer. The body butter is good for the face too, right?
Everything.
So in theory, it is good for everything, but the face requires sometimes it requires something a little different. So the turmeric is specific to the face. It gives you that glow. Not to say that the beards and body won't give you a glow, but the turmeric one is definitely going to give you that Bruce Leroy glow.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I need that. I need that in these streets.
You got anything to help grow the beard? Because I need to connect. I need a little something.
He want to be beard gang.
That train is gone, man. It's over.
Now I will say this. Now your products are amazing. Off break, it's amazing. Now for my brother for Keltrick to get this excited about it, because he's the one that put me on this whole pretty gang. Remember we used to go to Keels and all these other stores. Forget all them. Brooklyn Cat, y'all got it on lockdown. The packaging was amazing.
Wow. Thank
When
you
I got,
so much.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if you saw my little, the little promos we had to send. Like, I was really excited when I saw the package, and I was like, "Oh, Brooke, the packaging was just professional. Then everything in it was just amazing. I'm even smelling the envelope. I'm like, damn, it smells like what's going on?" But I will concur and agree with everybody else. I've been growing my beard for a minute. That works wonders on the beard. Man, listen.
Oh wow! Thank you so much.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that real quick too. I go to the spot to get my beard done, or cut and trimmed or whatever. And normally when the hair start growing out, she's like, it's time for you to get your trim. She said, "Oh, it's lasted a long time." She's like, the hairs were not sticking out. So using this on the beard, it was real smooth. I'm with you, Rod. Like I like the body butter, but I did use a turmeric face moisturizer on my head too, since I'm bald. So I did it on everything up here, moisturizer down here, and everything else. And I was thoroughly impressed, and it made my packing when I do my trips easier because I had less products. So normally I have like a face lotion that I use, a body lotion, like it's just a whole lot of different stuff. And I just had 3 products, so it just made it super simple. So.
Wait, go ahead, brother. You was trying to say something, Anthony? Go ahead. What you trying to say?
I was just going to interject a little bit with the beard oil. My beard used to be a lot bigger than it was, and a lot of people used to come up to me, man, how you grow that? How do you do that? How you do that? And so me and my wife, like what we noticed is that early stage, like he was mentioning, is when the hairs stick out. Most of us, especially us colored men, our follicles are a lot larger than normal, so you need a heavy oil. So we started to incorporate different oils to saturate our beard, so it gives you and it releases and it gives you that relaxing feeling where you don't feel like you gotta just scratch your face off all day. You know what I mean? Because I mean, everybody was. I mean, before I started turning gray, everybody used to be like, "Man, you dyeing your beard? You're dyeing your beard?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not. I'm not dyeing it." But it was
I think John used to say the same thing about he thought I was dyeing my beard. And I was like, nah, I'm not dyeing my beard, fam. I'm just using all these oils. So
exactly.
Brooke and Cat, y'all got it on lock. I'm using your
to that point with the oils, my skin gets dry quickly. Like if I get out shower, I put whatever on. By the time I get in the car, get to the office, hands are ashy. If I keep lotion in the office, I go to the bathroom, wash my hand, get back to the desk, use the lotion. Minute later, ashy. So I'm happy to hear that you all were intentional about the amount of oil you use, because that was the body and beard piece. And I use that on my skin. I am good. Like my skin soaks it up and it keeps it. And I'm like, this is what I need in my life. So I'm glad to hear that.
Are you guys going to come out with something for exfoliating? So
we have stuff for exfoliation. We have like a slew of scrubs. Our scrubs are like the best scrubs possibly in the world. Like
I need to get some of them because I exfoliate. I got all my little supplies. I need the whole kit and caboodle.
I'm the exact opposite of them too. I don't do a whole bunch of like lotioning and all that other good stuff. I don't care about that kind of thing. But when I was using y'all's products, I did notice that it was very long lasting. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not the kind of person to keep putting on lotion or whatever. If my hands is ashy, but I would use the products. Hands wasn't so ashy no more. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you use that good natural, base product and not the Queen Helens, like somebody said in the comments,
If I could.
Sure.
My wife said thank you too. She was like,
So I say you welcome, girl.
There you go.
You said something real I could relate to. And my beard used to be longer, but before you get a product, it's like it will frizz or whatever. So you get in that ugly stage. So I did the dumbest thing in the world. I trimmed it. So once I trimmed it, it's like, it's not the length that it used to be. So does your products help with growth as well?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Because like like you said, I used to get to a certain lift, and then like I don't think it was purposely, but like when I would sleep, by sleeping on a cloth or a non a silk pillow cover, it'll break the ends off, and then you would start like what happened to me. One side would be this like this, and then the other side would be so minute. So after I started, we started refining it, it just, it'll just make everything stay normal and it won't break off as much. So your beard stays full and starts to grow.
Because I noticed
We'll
when
check
you have
it.
beard-
We
No, go ahead,
getting
Rob.
close. We getting close. We only got a couple minutes left, and as you can see, purchases are already starting to come through. Queen of Sheba says she got her
Love that.
joint complete. Hashtag Ujima. Listen, Kat.
I love that. Hell yeah, exactly.
Anything you want to share with us in the last minute before we let you go?
I just want to tell people that when I started this journey, I wanted to create a space where people can purchase products and know that there's nothing in it to harm them, to hurt them, to make their hair fall out. Because the truth of the matter is the stuff that's in the stores, that's exactly what they do. That's why you can put lotion on yourself all day long and still be ashy. You understand? That's where there's a huge influx of cancer. It's not just in the foods, it's in the products.
Right.
So when I created this, I wanted to create a space for people to feel safe about what they're going to put on their skin and in their hair. So head over to brooklyncat.com. Use your promo code Str8 No Chaser. STR8 No Chaser. Everybody's wearing the Brooklyn Cat t-shirts.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Merch is going to be on the website. The t-shirts are coming because spring, summer is coming. Thank you so much, guys. This was so much fun. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much. This was on point for, I actually transitioned from my other deodorant to some Oars and Alps, which is all natural too. So, thank you for helping me evolve my skincare, my body care routine. So much appreciation for sure.
Brooklyn Cat, I promise you, my beard thanks you, my skin thanks you, and we can relate. Yo, your products are definitely official. I'm definitely gonna buy some products after this show tonight too.
I know that's right.
Thank you.
Especially since we got that $8 discount code.
Y'all,
listen.
We appreciate y'all.
Kat, Anthony, thank you so much for coming and kicking with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate your products. We're going to pump this as much as we can. Everybody out there, make sure you go to Brooklyn, as in the borough, BrooklynCat, KAT.com, and get you some Brooklyn Cat materials, some products. I'm telling you right now, promo code Str8, STR8, the number 8, no chaser, $8 off. And once again, thank y'all. You're going to see our orders coming through very soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, send me some recommendations for what I should get.
And real question, y'all do have soap, right?
Yes, we do. We have body wash. I don't make soap yet because I'm a full-time medical assistant, so I do have a
wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And Matthew, I'll tell you, the if you're looking for bar, fine, but the body wash is truth.
Yeah.
We do have shower sacks. But we don't have any on the website right now. Yeah, it's super cool. Okay. Let me read real quick about it. A shower sack, right?
Wait, shower sex or sense?
Sack.
Oh. It sound like you said sex.
S-A-C-K.
You got nervous for a second.
No.
Family show.
Anthony and Kat.
No.
I thought you said you had a soap called shower sex.
No, I don't have it. So it's a sack, and it has like vegan soap, and it has like botanicals. It's super cool. And you bathe with it, and then you hang it up so it dries out. All the water comes out, and it lasts about a month if you're using it every day. But it's super cool for those who don't like body washes. The shower sacks are really cool.
Kat, before you go, can you just tell the people what your IG is real quick? Your Instagram.
Okay, my IG handle is Brooklyn Cat. Brooklyn like the borough, KAT_. That's one. And the other handle is BKCat20.
Nice.
I have one request. You can send it
ask
to
away.
Me. Just send me the recommendations. And I can put my regime together. Just send me the recommendations.
The recommendations. What do you mean?
What
products?
Yes. Body scrubs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I do have one quick suggestion, and I don't know if y'all can even do this kind of thing, but like a beard wave cap where you get like a silk joint and you keep it nice and luxurious. But like my man said, you sleep on cotton pillowcases or what have you.
Right.
And then you come out with one side up, one side down. If you got
that is cool, a cool idea.
I mean, I was just thinking about that, you know.
So on that note, it's time
to go, baby.
Move on.
We
Listen,
appreciate
y'all.
you.
Thank you so much for coming through. Love
Thank
y'all
you.
to death. And
Thank
we'll see
you
y'all on
guys.
the other
Thank you
side.
so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Man, that's what's up. And now, good people, we've got more in store, but we've
What's up,
got
Neil?
to do. What's up?
What's up, Neil?
What's happening? I would just like to thank Brooklyn Cat for coming out, man. They
Facts.
talked about some real amazing products. I'm using them right now. My beard is going to be real silky. Hey, Brooklyn Cat definitely got to lock it down. So once again, thank you for coming out and talking to the people about your products.
Where can the folks find us, Neil?
Talk to me, baby.
They can find us wherever podcasts are available.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, man. Oh, my God.
What's our email address? Straight No Chaser with an 823@gmail.com. Please send us emails, like, share, subscribe, leave us some comments. All of the above. We are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We are everywhere that you consume your podcast material. And gentlemen, I think we've got to do the commercial.
That was stupid. Why you keep saying that?
I can't say that.
You kind of just did it.
I know he did. Listen, so let me ask you a question. It's interesting that everyone talked about the Will Smith Jada piece in the context of, not everyone, but a bunch of people, in the context of protecting a black woman in the face of disrespect.
Right.
I think that's a point that we need to identify. No, Matthew, we're not done. We're still going.
Absolutely not.
I think that's interesting because just a week prior, there was a black woman being flagrantly disrespected in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. So when Ketanji Brown Jackson was being put up, these people was talking about, do you believe babies can be racist? They was talking about on a scale of 1 to 10, how religious are you? Like that got something to do with it. They got at her over her sentencing of pedophiles, and she was just like, look, I did what I did according to the laws you all passed. If y'all want something different,
right,
it's in y'all seek to change the laws. They even yelled at her over the Democrats' response to a conservative white judge they put up in 2003, and they yelling at her. What do y'all think about the disrespect that Ketanji Brown Jackson had to go through, or just in general about potentially having a black woman serve on the Supreme Court now?
Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, I think it's fantastic. Not the grilling or the interviewing that she had to go through, but the fact that there is potentially a black person, black woman up for a seat on the Supreme Court. I think that most of what her answers were, it's a very politicized process. You know what I'm saying? The Republicans are trying to say anything that they can to make it sound like you or this or that or whatever for various different reasons. I feel like her answers were on point. One of the things she answered was something about trans people. And she was like, I'm not a biologist. And I appreciated that answer because that gives her kind of like the ability to, if she ever has to judge something related to that community, she's got like that leeway. You know what I'm saying? She's never really said how she feels one way or the other. That made sense to me. So to me, she's clearly, her resume is out of control. You know what I'm saying? She's by far the best, qualified person. You know what I'm saying? So really being black and a woman is icing on the cake because she would be qualified if she was anybody, or should be. And it's kind of funny to me how some Republicans are already flat out like, you are a great judge, but I can't support you. And let me play this clip right now so we can see if this adds some context to the BS these people be going through. Listen to how they go through her name. Hold on a second. Disrespectful.
Jackson.
Federal Appeals Court Judge Katine Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
She is Judge Ketanji Jackson, rather.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Katani Brown.
Judge Katani Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Katani Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Katani Brown Jackson.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Selected
Wow,
Judge
that's crazy.
Brown Jackson.
Ketanji Brown Johnson.
Is that Biden?
Announcing his pick for the Supreme Court.
Yo, that is wild. And you know, yeah, at the end they threw a black woman up in that clip too. At the end from Gail.
How do you pronounce her name?
That was
Wasn't
Gail.
that
But
Gail?
here's the thing. That was Gail.
It was
But here's the thing.
Ketanji.
They did the thing with same thing with Kamala. They did the same thing with Barack. Like so I think they intentionally butcher black people's names because when you working in communications, like in news, don't they spell those things out phonetically on a teleprompter? So even if you can't say the name, you could sound out syllables.
If you practice.
Right.
But they get it in writing before it's even a teleprompter.
Man, Ketanji is not a damn hard name to pronounce.
It's not difficult at all. Listen.
It's pronounced how it's spelled. What's the problem?
Look, I'm
not even surprised at this. Like I think if people are surprised that these things still occur, I just don't know what to say to those individuals. I mean, that's what this is. This play has been ran numerous times. You just dropped 3 people in the last 15 years who's experienced something very similar, Rasheen. My name is Keltrick. Very simple. Keltric. There's no D. There's no N. I've heard various pronunciations of my name. Rasheen, you as well have heard various pronunciations of your name. It's ridiculous, right? It's America. You can't be shocked at this. They'll make it right. It just is what the hell it is. So, to your question around her experience and her confirmation hearings, she will be confirmed. It is a fact. She will be the 116th U.S. Justice on the U.S. Supreme Court.
We put a little wager on this.
I still owe y'all some money from the last week.
You still owe me some money.
What do you wager?
I owe all of y'all.
Hold on. Let me think.
Wait, are you wagering that she is or isn't going to?
That's what I'm saying. Let me think. Hold on.
Do you think she's not gonna make it?
We on the clock.
I don't know. She might not pay.
I'm saying she is. And how much money you want to put on it that I'm saying she is.
I mean, you should give me some odds for this. You should give me some odds for this. As in, if I win and she does not, if I take that she does not get past.
Gentlemen.
Oh, my bad. I forgot we on the podcast. Okay. So we'll talk about
we made the other bet publicly, so let's make the bet public.
But we doing things differently now.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later. 3-1 odds though. Anyway,
cool. I'll take that.
Like I was saying, I think
at the end of the day, I'm very happy that she was selected. Her, like John said, her credentials are impeccable. I mean, they are without and above reproach. I did watch a couple of the Q&A sessions with some of those senators, and most of those guys, the people on the Republican side of things that really try to trap her in a lot of ways, they're showcasing and auditioning for a 2024 run at the presidency for the Republican ticket. So I don't necessarily stake a whole lot of claim in what they did. I think she handled herself dutifully. I think the people who supported her came out in droves and did the right thing. It's unfortunate to see a woman, particularly a Black woman, experience things like that. And I thought what Cory Booker did for his session was so powerful and supportive that, she revealed a portion of, the pain in which that she was being critiqued by these I would say clowns. So I was just happy. I'm happy for her. She has braids. I love the fact that, the Crown Act just passed. So she's in there about to be a Supreme Court justice with crown, with braids. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to when Barack was the president and Rasheen said, we got a president in the White House with a do-rag. It's the culture is being represented. The woman is from D.C. She grew up in the 305. She got all kind of experiences in the culture that we can relate to, that she can relate to, more importantly, and now can yield and wield that influence in such a great degree. So I'm super proud. I'm humbled, and just look forward to her just really being a prominent justice for us. And get that dude Clarence Thomas out of there.
I got a question for y'all. But before I do that, when you talk about someone who potentially represents us in our experience, when she was answering a question about her experience with trademark law, the example she used was a case that she had to work on for Everlasting Life, which was the black owned, black Hebrew owned vegan soul food spot in DC. And I'm like,
so good.
You would have never heard anyone talk about vegan life
right
up in Congress getting prepared to be somebody's Supreme Court. I was like, I was blown. So let me ask you a question.
I will, real quick before you do that, a shout out to the justice that's retiring. I forget his name, Stephen Breyer. Shout out to him for not milking his clock like RBJ did. People love it.
You're gonna hurt some feelings with that.
I might milk the clock. She milked the clock.
She milked the clock.
And this is what we is.
Yep.
That's what we are. So
Yep. That's wild. So the question is, did any part of her confirmation that you watched, her speaking, did any part of that get you emotional? And what part was it? If you had gotten emotional at any part, where was it?
Cory Booker, her reaction to that, she didn't demonstrate any emotion. And I would say, as a black man, as a black person in America, we have been conditioned to withstand some of the things that other people say to us with dignity, respect, pride, all of the stuff that masks, our frustration and anger that we may, deal with, subconsciously or even, under the cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when she allowed people to see the joy / pain of somebody supporting her in that way publicly, celebrating her, understanding the moment, understanding, what being the first, means. I think that was the area and the time in which, it got me a little bit emotional.
So let me share the part that got me emotional. And before I share that, I want to underscore how 1 week we are applauding a black person for being reserved in the face of flagrant disrespect. And then the very next week, we are applauding a black person.
Don't say we.
I'm saying in general, people
absolutely
are
totally
almost those
situation.
same people, but no, it's the same thing. We talk about composure in one situation, but we don't talk about it in another. I'm just saying we pick and choose where we want to support composure. That's all. But let me get to my question. Let me answer my question. The thing that got me emotional when she talked about how she was walking the yard at Harvard, when the Latino dude asked her to like, what would she tell the younger generation? And she was talking about, she was walking, she was from the 305, she was from Florida, and she made her way up to DC after all that, but she was going to Harvard and she was lost in the sauce. It was visibly emotional, and a black woman leaned over and, passing her, recognized it and just whispered one word to her. She said, persevere. And then when she ran through what that meant for her, and I was driving home at the time and almost had to pull over because I got choked up. That sister was going in, and that was a phenomenal message, not just for young black people, but just for black people in general, because this whole experiment of America has never been nice to us. And the way it's looking, it will never be nice to us. And if we're not leaving this country, then that means we've got to persevere. So I was like, man, she took me out with that one. I was done. John, you wanted to say something, and we got to wrap up, and whoever's next, take it to the next spot. I think that's you. Matter of fact, that's you, John. So you could do the transition. Go ahead.
There you go.
You got the last word. Go ahead.
I mean, I got really emotional at that persevere line. I think that was really beautiful. And everything that you was just saying about, the world hasn't been nice to us and everything like that. I got real emotional when it would pan to her white husband, picking up her bags and like handing her shit and like just trotting behind her like a little good puppy. I found all that really, really emotional and touching, and just an evidence of how far we've come, where you can get to the Supreme Court long as you got you a white spouse.
Well, this is a theme. You know, if you think about what I'm stretching here, but Biden has a theme of selecting black women with white husbands.
Huh, man.
I mean, well, that might be a separate topic.
But now we got to
on a different show about
right.
if the cheat code is for a black woman that you got to have a white husband. Now we don't know if that's a cheat code, but the sister,
damn sure helps.
The sister that supported her when she was talking how they went to school together, and she talked about her husband being the dean of the law school at American. I said, "Oh God, she got her a white husband too." But then I looked him up. I was like, "Oh, he's a black man. He's a black man." But go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I mean, kind of trying to pivot to Cain Velasquez. So people might not know exactly what's going on with this dude. He is a former heavyweight MMA fighter, and he basically beat the brakes off somebody and shot some people. A few weeks ago, he did shoot some people. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He didn't beat anybody up though.
He's beat people in the ring, and he shot what? Yeah. So basically, we got the little clip of what's going on with him, and we want to go into that real quick before we can set this whole discussion off. You got it?
Give me a second.
It
was a reference clip. I didn't know we were playing it, but I will play it. Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay. I mean,
it only takes me a minute, you know?
Right. All that to say, the main point of this internet is it okay to use violence? I feel like we got a theme. Violence is a theme. And he basically was using violence, and he felt like it was a good thing.
You clearly have not read the story. So essentially, hold on, pause it for a second, Rod. I'll tee it up. This guy is a MMA fighter, former MMA heavyweight fighter. He also was in the WWE, and he was also let go during the COVID piece to kind of reduce some of the costs for WWE. However, what makes this story interesting is there was a 63-year-old individual. We don't know who this person is, his race, or anything like that, but this person allegedly molested and did something inappropriate with a member of his family.
Mm-hmm.
And when this person went before the judge, and they were trying to figure out what was going on, he was released with bail. And so after molesting someone that's underage, this person is now walking the street. It didn't sit well with this guy, with Cain. And so what Cain decided to do was get in his truck, found this person, followed him, I think, for like 7 hours or whatever the time frame was, got his pistol that was registered in his name, and decided to try to kill this person for whatever this person allegedly did to somebody in their family.
Right.
So I think the question here is vigilante justice.
That's what I'm
assuming. Is it? Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, KG.
You good with vigilante justice?
Yes.
Are we okay with that?
That's exactly what Will Smith did. So I'm confused if we oh, by the way, Rasheem, the earlier thing with KBJ was totally different. If somebody walked up to her and smacked her, then it would be the same. But no, it wasn't the same. But in this case, vigilante justice, the Will Smith thing, and this, if we're in agreement on one, we should be in agreement on the other. I'm totally all for it. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he had to have concrete evidence, because if you fuck around and kill somebody and they ain't really guilty, now you need to do some time. But if you got evidence,
he is being charged with attempted murder. He got in his truck, and what Rasheem was going to show you guys, for the people that are watching and listening, there's a video clip of him following this guy on the highway. He's crashed his truck into their truck. He shot inside the vehicle. The guy was hit in his arm, and he made it. But he turned himself in. His booking photo, he's smiling in some regards. But I guess the question is, when I think about the things that are happening in our society as a whole, it just feels like this experiment is failing, and the things around mutual respect, et cetera, seem to be, really kind of fading to black. I saw another clip where somebody was running a track meet, and, somebody was on the track. They told the person to move. They ran around, and somebody came up and punched him in the back of the head, and they were actually in the middle of a meet. I mean, just stuff that you just wouldn't normally see, at least when I was growing up. I mean, it feels a little weird right now.
Society is falling apart.
Look,
we already knew that.
I am I'm really interested in this whole vigilante justice thing. As soon as I'm fully as soon as I'm fully done with Broken Brotherhood, my next novel is a story about vigilante justice called Take Back the Night. So these whole ideas of vigilante justice has been circling in my head. I think
Rod's drunk.
Nope, I'm not. I don't think for people who have had my experience, because I can't speak for everybody, but I'm comfortable with my experience. Folks want options to better and change their lives. And if I am faced with the option of doing something that could potentially get me 25 to life, or taking a different route and retaining my freedom, I'm going to retain my freedom. I just am. So look, let's say the dude, was it Cain Velasquez, to John's point, let's say you had proof. John is saying if you got proof, then go ahead and handle your business. If I got proof, I'm going to the cops. Let the cops handle the business. Because what'll happen is, it's like in sports. They don't see the person who instigated. They give the flag to the person who responded to the instigation. So if I respond to the instigation, if I respond to whatever this dude did, and now I'm going to jail, a judge ain't going to be like, oh, I understand. You get to go home. He's going to be like, no, you broke the law. You go to jail. You go to jail.
The way he did it was real stupid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like clearly he was in some kind of emotional
state.
Plotted
out? You saying plotted out?
Oh, I leave pieces of you up and down the Eastern Seaboard.
Okay, so you know what that speaks to? Premeditation. And if that can be proven, then I'm depending on where I am, I'm definitely going to either get life or the chair. And
that's what he's charged with. Part of his charges is premeditated murder.
And once again, I'm going back to what I feel my big picture is to remain free, because I am trying to do things in this world.
Well,
so if I look at it, I'm going to the cops.
Well, I kind of feel like this as a father of a daughter, as a father of a son. If somebody messes with my kids, again, same thing around, Chris Rock. If somebody slaps me in public, I don't know what I would do. I do know that if somebody harmed my kids, something has to happen. Whether it be by me or the authorities, something has to happen. And I'm good with if it has to be me, I'm good whatever the outcome is with that, because I'm the person responsible for my kids. So
let me ask you a question. I believe you're right. I believe in consequences. Something has to happen. I'm going to go to the extreme. Let's say the outcome is you did something and now you locked away for 25 years.
I wouldn't be locked away.
I mean, listen, I've watched too much First 48. No, I'm straight up. I'm with you. I've watched too much First 48. We can make this happen.
Okay. All right.
All I'm saying is you have your phone, you call your Google Voice number, you leave it at your house. You go take care of your business. You go drive up and down the Eastern Seaboard.
I'm not even saying that.
We're going to have to delete all this just in case something like this happens.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
If God forbid anything ever kind of happens in this way.
This tells me I would never tell y'all about this. I would just have to handle this on my own. And that's okay. And I know that already. And that's part of it.
I'm not saying I would kill anybody.
Eric, I'm
just saying I would have a reaction where you want to protect what's yours. I think at the end of the day, right now, do I think I would get a gun and go out and drive on the highway and start shooting somebody? No, that's irresponsible.
That's not protecting them, because you are going after the person after they've already done whatever it is.
But there was other people in the car too. What the dude wasn't even by himself. It was like the dude's daughter, his father was in the car. Response. He's an MMA fighter. He could have beat him up. I would be good with that.
Yeah. Okay. So
Chris Brown.
KG, take us to Chris Brown.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. We live in a society that is highly irregular right now. And speaking of, when I think about, something being irregular, Chris Brown has been in the news. We all know about his entanglement with Rihanna. and then in subsequent, kind of kids that were people from, relationships or whatnot. But earlier this year, he was sued and really charged with rape from somebody, and she wanted a $20 million, case from him. However, what Chris Brown did in the month of March, he provided receipts. I'm using air quotes, receipts. He about to get it popping for sure, Matthew Graves. And so in his receipts, he showed that the young lady who alleged that she was raped following their encounter in Florida was saying she want to get the D again. I'm going to read some of her quotes right quick. She says, "I just want to see you again. Let me know. If you want me to leave you alone, I will, but I really just want to F the S out of you again." And that means she want to pawn it ever one time for the people to understand what that means. So what he had to do was go to social media, because what we do in this country a lot of times is we say if somebody alleges it took place, particularly around some of these situations with women and men, is we say that whatever is alleged is true. And based on the information that he provided, one could say, hey, that's a little questionable. So my question for you guys is, was him withholding that information the right thing to do, or should he have responded sooner and vetted it from the beginning as opposed to letting this draw out for like 2 or 3 months?
Just because she wants to hit later doesn't mean that episode that she's talking about was not sexual molestation or rape or assault or what have you.
Let me add something that I didn't say, because I thought she might have did his research, but clearly she didn't. Her attorney, after he provided his information on social media, said, you know what? I'm straight, and they bowed out gracefully. So now she is not represented. Typically, when that happens, that means the lawyers are like, your case has a lot of holes in it, and I can't defend you.
But it still could mean what she said it happened. All that to say, I mean, at this point in 2022, most people conduct their communication via DMs, texts. Everything's written anyway, so it's all been spelled out. It's unfortunate. She's caught up.
I mean, but the same thing kind of happened with Deshaun Watson, right? You're a Texans fan. Deshaun Watson is a quarterback for the Houston Texans.
Right.
And it was alleged that he sexually assaulted 22 different physical therapists.
Hold on. Let's be 100% accurate with this. Yes.
Let me finish.
Okay.
There's a civil suit that's being applied, or 22 different women have filed civil suits against him for sexual assault. The DA in Harris County, where these alleged incidents took place, said no thank you to charge him criminally. So right now, all he has is civil suits and no criminal charges based on their allegations. So, you can sue anybody civilly. He has said he will not settle these cases. But I say that to say, when we think about the numbers of people who are alleging these things occurred to them, it's easy to say, you know what, that's more than likely that took place. Do we need to place more, let's wait and see, have more of that mentality? Or should we just kind of jump out there and say, you know what, because everybody is saying it, that has to be true, or more than likely that took place?
Yeah, when you start throwing out like criminal justice experiences and all that, and then civil justice, I mean, we know from OJ, you could be found not guilty of a crime, but be found civilly guilty of the crime in civil court and have to pay the fine. So, the burden of proof just looks different in each of those courthouses. I would say like consent is really tricky when it comes to the law, and depending on what jurisdiction you in, just being intoxicated, you could be, in some states butt naked, jumping up and down, screaming, "Take me, I'm yours." But if you drunk, legally you can't give consent. If your judgment's impaired, legally you can't give consent. So she could be on a text message, "Yeah, I want to F you again." But
this is after the alleged incident.
But if during the alleged incident, and I don't know what the situation is, the way they were, but if during the alleged incident she was intoxicated,
right,
she might be able to claim rape. But in some situations, hold on a second. But in some situations, implied consent is taken into consideration. So she could have implied consent, which erased other stuff. So it's just real tricky. I don't get into it. So I am with the whole let the court system sort it out, not the court of public opinion.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm thinking, Chris Brown, you just worried about your image because I mean, really, you shouldn't by this time. I mean, worrying about your image, that ship done sailed. So you should have, as soon as you had those text messages, shared it with the lawyers, let that be what it is, and keep it moving.
Well, he also shared a text that she sent to him that said, "You knew," she said, this is from the accuser's perspective, "You knew full well I wasn't pressing you about no D. You told me to stay and then you're gonna try to play me. Now that's crazy. I didn't deserve that, but you definitely got it." After that alleged text is when she kind of said that, hey, he raped her. And then following that was when she was like, "I just want to see you again. You know, I'm doing too much."
Yo, you can't give them the full Monty, okay, to try to keep this PG-13 because it triggers something in people's brains and makes them act real, real wild.
So you saying he hit the bottom of it. You shouldn't hit the bottom of it. You should just kind of
go 3/4. 3/4.
You know, that's too much. That might be too much. You got to do like a quarter inch.
We got to keep it moving. But just be careful out here because it's a little crazy. They're a little crazy. But actually, we need to go to one recommendation for the people, man. We've been doing this for an hour and 27 minutes.
Right.
It's about that time.
No, we're not doing it for an hour and 27 minutes. We've been talking, having a conversation.
That's right. But we still got to do the recommendation for the people. Speaking of, I feel like one good thing you've watched on TV lately. Nobody. Okay.
I don't know if I like that for the recommendation.
Yeah, my recommendation wasn't that. My recommendation is Brooklyn Cat. Go pick up your Brooklyn Cat stuff. Use the promo code Str8, no chaser, STR, the number 8, no chaser, and get your $8 off. 8 is a great number, by the way. Hook that up and support the sister and the brother. Great business, fantastic beauty care products.
But you know, Eric put in his recommendation, Snowfall. I guess he had been watching Snowfall.
Right.
Let's see. My recommendation for the people is, look, if it's the beginning of the spring season, I'm coming from personal experience. If you know you suffer from seasonal allergies, please take your Zyrtec. Do your nasal sprays. Do whatever you gotta do, because I was slacking and I didn't do it, and I was struggling yesterday hard. Make sure you take care of yourself at the beginning of the spring season.
Big facts.
You not like me with the sinus issues, the head issues, and all that foolishness. Handle that. Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna add one more real quick. Get your yearly physicals.
Yeah,
that's also a recommendation. Get your yearly physicals. Get your blood work done. Health is wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Neil.
I'll stay with your topic, John.
Finally,
I think it's new. I think it's a new season out, so I enjoyed Lupin.
That was dope.
There's a new season out. A Lupin.
Yeah, Lupin is out.
Write that down.
Yeah,
right.
Lupin is back. I enjoyed Lupin.
That was dope. Lupin is on Netflix. I think it's like a French language show, but basically he's like a master thief, and you got to watch the show, but basically he's like a master thief in Paris. It's something that you could probably watch with your kids, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's not like real violent. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing crazy, but it's good.
I got a 4-year-old.
Neil.
Other people.
Neil, did you watch the whole season yet? The whole 3rd season?
The new one? No. I just realized that it came back on.
This out. Okay.
Yeah.
So Queen is season 3. Queen
season 3 is out. Yeah.
I got 2. The Expanse. I mean, the books too. The books too, but The Expanse is on Amazon Prime. If you got it, check out The Expanse. Fantastic TV show, super dope. And my second one is, dudes, we should be wearing like shorts that are comfortable above the knee. Above the knee shorts are in. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but it's springtime, summertime. It's a fact. I'm just letting y'all know. If you didn't know, I keep my ear to the streets. Oh, porn stashes are also back. The full beard is going out. I don't know if y'all knew this or not. And dangling earrings. A lot of dudes wearing dangling earrings in 2022. I'm just telling you. So they got the porn stash, got the dangling earrings. I'm just telling you. Expanse is dope.
Do you have a dangling earring?
I don't. My ears are not pierced. I'm from the 90s. It's
you gonna shave your beard to get a porn stash?
It's a different generation. I'm from the 90s. I'm just telling you what's in style now so that you don't look completely out of touch. I'm trying to help you with your non-French Kiwi juice knowing ass.
So like Queen said, you gonna wear Daisy Duke shorts, John?
I'm not gonna wear Daisy Duke. See, I didn't say above the hip. I said above the knee. I said above the knee. See, they like to go too far. Y'all like to go too far. I like that though. Hey, Straight No Chaser, the podcast. We're available on every podcast network out there, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, everywhere that you pick up podcasts, we out there. So please like, share, subscribe to this show. Tell your friends about us. Leave comments. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel. Our email address, if you have any kind of questions that you want to know about or you want our input on, you know what I'm saying? We just four dudes trying to give advice. There you go. There's our right there. Straight No Chaser with an 8 and a 23. Hit us up with an email. You got some questions about your man. You don't know why he's doing the things that he's doing. Hit us. We're going to, help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Just so we're clear for the listeners, Str8, Str8, No Chaser, 2323 at gmail.com. There's some science behind that.
I feel like the first person that tells us why there's a 23 in there should get like a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, but ain't no one gonna know. Ain't none of the viewers gonna know. Maybe some of the listeners will know but the ones who are watching us as we stream, they weren't a part of that life. They won't know.
Listen, man, dangling earrings are in. I'm just telling y'all. So, you got anything else?
From? Like,
I keep my ear to the street.
What's your source? What street you listening to?
Social media and watching people when I go out. I'm in these streets. I go out. I still do.
Dangling earrings are in, John. Why don't you wear
them? I don't need to do that. You see what I look like. I don't need to do all that. I don't need to do the extra. So I don't need the dangling earrings. I'm just saying, if you need some,
that's a recommendation to the people.
Huh?
Why is that?
That's to help everybody else.
Patrice got it.
Huh?
Wow.
Was like, was that y'all address?
In credits.
She did
in credits.
With that said, y'all want to say peace out to the people?
Peace. So first of all, Straight No Chaser podcast is a production of Dana Bingham Guanilio, aka Makeda Productions. Okay, and our soundtrack. I love this music, my man. The theme music. This is original theme music. How many podcasts do you know that have original theme music? You know what I'm saying? That's special. That's special. Midnight Michael does our original theme music. That's dope. I don't care what you say. So, on that note, fellas, you got anything else? That's it.
Salute.
Say peace out. Y'all enjoy
There you
yourselves. Have a good night.
2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Right?
Yes.
3 weeks.
Streaming in 2 weeks. Yes.
Streaming in 2 weeks. Streaming in 2 weeks. Yes. But
I'm beating this up, boy. I swear.
Cut that out, Dana.